Well, it looks like Grace has got everything set out here, so we can cook up our Sunday supper. Yeah, looking good too. She's got a lot of ingredients. Oh man, she's challenging her papa today. Oh, well, hello there, friend and family. So good to see you again here in the little old country kitchen in Mr. Tom's neighborhood. You have to pardon my appearance. Yep, it's Sunday, getting on late in the afternoon, and we are hungry, so we got to cook something up. And hey, what we got on board today is something you may have had back in the day when your mother cooked something special for Sunday supper too. So what are we having? Well, hey, let me show y'all, okay? So here's what Grace has got all picked out. You know, she's my sous chef. Yeah, she's a kitty and she ain't got no thumbs, but she does the best she can. And she's got one of these nice, young, tender, succulent Cornish game hens. And if you didn't know, Cornish game hen ain't a game hen. They don't actually happen in the wild. Nope, they're actually a cross between a Cornish chicken and a Plymouth Rock. And what else makes them special and makes them so tender, juicy, and yummy is they're actually butchered very young. Yep, at about 4 weeks, where your average broiler and fryer is anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks. So yeah, it's very mild tasting, and it's ever so tender and juicy too. But to go with it, she's got some vegetables out here too. I think she's got a lot of root vegetables. Yep, she's got some potatoes, 2 right there. A couple of carrots. Oh, 2 stalks of celery. Oh, we knocked off something in the floor. I think it was one of them red, nice radishes. And she's got an onion right here. And it looks like for some seasoning, she's got some, poultry seasoning. She's got some thyme leaves. Oh, that'll go good with it. And of course, she's got her favorite seasoning of all, slap your mama. Ooh, yeah. Don't slap her unless you ask permission. And we're just knocking things off all over today. But then she's got some salt and pepper to taste, some extra virgin olive oil too. I think that's to seal up this young, tender chicken here too. And of course some butter. And what we'll be cooking it in today is one of our favorite dishes that my mother gave me. And that's my Pyrex casserole dish from way, way back in the day. Do you have one of them? Maybe you do. Let me know in the comments below the video. So that's what we got on the counter today to fix up for our Sunday supper. Okay? So what we got to do now is we got to start prepping all of this. We got to get chopping up our potatoes, our carrots, our celery, our onion, and yeah, even our radishes too. And if you've never had roasted radishes, you don't know what you're missing. Let me tell you. Oh, I see she got out the secret to all of this. 2 bouillon cubes, chicken that is. And we'll show you just what we do with them and how it bumps up the flavor of this simple dish. Now, through the magic of YouTube and with a little help of Gracie, my sous chef, you know, my prep chef. Yep, she's a kitty and she ain't got no thumbs, but she does the best she can. And she went ahead and chopped up the potatoes here. We got them soaking in water right here. Yep, we do. And we left the skins on. Of course, we scrubbed them really good. These are russet potatoes. You can see we just chopped them up. You can make them any size you want. We got some carrots right here, about a 1/4 inch thick. We got some celery here, about 3/8 inch thick. We have up some radishes right there too. And that's going to be our vegetables that we're going to surround that succulent game hen in. Then over here, we got some onion. chopped up sort of coarse. But you'll notice, we've also got some finely chopped celery, some finely chopped onion, and something I forgot to tell you, when we started out, we've got 2 cloves of minced garlic too. And why do we have all of this? Well, this is actually the celery, the finely chopped minced onion, and the minced garlic are going to go in the bird, along with one of these bouillon cubes and a little butter too. Because what you need to know, and I learned this from a chef a long time ago, what you put in the bird, yeah, as the bird's cooking, and of course the veggies that are stuffed in it, they get to cooking, releasing all their aromatics, and they infuse the meat from the inside out. Yes, they do. Because whatever you put on the outside of the meat, you know, on the skin, what have you, whether you rub it on, what you do, it will only flavor the skin. It's not going to permeate much. But what you put inside the cavity is what matters most. And we're going to be taking all of this, the minced celery, onion, and garlic, putting it in this little bowl with a little bit of this butter, 1 bouillon cube crushed up. We're going to mix it up and we're going to stuff a bird. So that's going to be the next step. Yeah, it's a little bit tedious, I admit, but it's going to be so slap your pants off flavorful you've never had before. So the next step in this process is to make our stuffing. It's going to season the bird. And we're just going to pour it in this little stainless steel bowl. The minced celery, the garlic, and what have you, right in there too. Yep, just like that. We'll give it a little stir. Ooh, there's a lot of flavor there. Next, what we're going to do is take some butter. Right here. Softened butter, that is. Let's get out a knife and cut it on up. So it doesn't take a whole lot of butter. We'll say about a tablespoon. We'll drop it on in there, okay? And then we're going to take one of these bouillon cubes. And we're going to stick it in there too, as soon as we can get it out of its armor-plated packaging here. So we finally got that bouillon cube out of there. And all we're going to do is take us a little fork right here. And we're just going to smoosh it up some. Doesn't got to be real perfect. Okay? Just going to mix it on up. Just like that. Of course, that butter is going to melt more now that we got it all mixed up. And with that, we're going to take our poultry season and we're just going to shake some of that on in there. No, we're not measuring today. We're just sort of winging it. Yeah, a few shakes. And a couple of shakes of the thyme. Ooh, Lordy. That's going to be good. And, of course, wouldn't be complete without a little slap your mama in there too. Just like that. Who knew? And, of course, we got to have a little pepper to make it all digest. And, of course, a little bit of salt. And there you go. And now we're just going to take this butter, spice mix, and what have you, and we're going to stir it all up. And don't worry about that bouillon cube still being nice and hard. It'll melt down in the cavity of that game hen. There you go. We're going to set it to the side. Missed a piece of butter. Now, we're going to take our little casserole dish right here. And we're going to get out our little game hen. And we're going to set it right in the center of it. Now, I've already sprayed this casserole dish with some non-stick spray. And now what we're going to do is just drop a little olive oil in there. And we're going to rub it all around that game hen. And what that oil does, if you know about oil, it seals it right up. Yes, it does. Now we're going to get back that stuffing mix. And we're going to take it and put it right in the cavity. Right here. Ooh, all that seasoning. Those aromatic celery, onion, and what have you. You just cannot realize what this is going to do to season this bird. And any you drop in the casserole will season everything else. And by cutting it all up nice and fine, it exposes surface area that will make everything all the more better. So yep, we got to get it all. There we go. So that bird is nice and stuffed. Ooh, yes it is. Hey, I gotta wash up, okay? So, the only thing left to do is season up the bird on the outside and put our veggies in. And we're gonna start first with some of this Slap Your Mama. We're just gonna make sure we liberally sprinkle it all on top. And then we're gonna do the same with the thyme. Ooh, yeah, baby. Then some sprinkles of that poultry seasoning right there. Yeah, a little bit of pepper won't hurt. And, of course, some salt. Only thing left is to put in the veg. And we've got our chopped onion here. We're going to set it on in there. Put it all around that bird. Just like that, because you can't have enough onion, in my opinion. And then we even diced up that beef bouillon cube. Or no, but not beef, chicken. What am I thinking about? Whew, that'd have been a mistake. We'll just sprinkle that on in. And we drained our veg here. We're just going to start plopping that in too. Surrounding that lovely bird. And I'm going to tell you what, since I love veg, I fill it right on up. And then I just expose the top a little bit like that. And there we have it. Now, of course, we got to season up our veg too. So we're going to hit that with a little bit of salt right there. A little bit of the pepper as well. And Slap Your Mama. Ooh, it's going to be flavorful. A little bit of thyme. You see the theme to all this. And a little bit more of that poultry seasoning. And there. It's done. Let me bring you down and show you what we got. So there it is right there. It is a Cornish game hen surrounded in root vegetables, it is. And we've got our oven all preheated to 400. And it's going to go in for a total of 1 hour or so, depending on how your oven works. But what we're going to do is put the lid on for the first 40 minutes to keep all that juices and moisture in, which it'll be not really roasting then, it'll be steaming, because there's a lot of moisture in all those veg. Of course, it's going to make some gravy. It's going to be slap your pants awesome too. So let me get that lid, and we'll stick her on now into the oven. Okay? So like I say, let's slide this in the oven and get it going on. Ooh, baby, that's going to be good. Now, after about 40 minutes, we're going to come back and we're going to take the top off and let that Cornish game hen and those veggies roast a bit and brown on up. And we'll be back. Are you hungry yet? I hope so, because there's plenty to go around. Well, that timer's going off. We got to get it on out. We'll put us a little pot holder there. Turn off that timer right there. Yes, we will. And let's see what we got. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Got it right there. So the timer went off, and there it is right there. Ooh, look at that steam come on. Let's get out our handy dandy thermometer and give it a poke. Because we want to be up to 165. And I don't think we're there yet. No, we're not. And while we're here, we're going to get out the official tenderness checker for veg and see if they're cooked enough. Nope, they're not. Still a little bit tight there. It says we're only up to about 120 in that breast. Let me show you. You see right there? It's right at 120, and we want to be at 165. So that's what I'm telling you about your oven. All ovens cook different. It's been in for 40 minutes at 400. So we're going to put it back in and let it sit for another 30, okay? So we're going to take that thermometer out. Woo, that was hot. Don't do that. Get a pot holder. And we're going to place it back on the lid. And we're going to stick it on in there. For another 30 minutes. And we'll come back and check it again. Well, it's been in for an hour and 20 minutes. And it should be close to the temperature we want. Let's check it. Got our meat thermometer right here. We're going to stick it on in that breast. And we're going to take a look at it. Let's see what we got. Okay? Yep. We're right at, oh, it's going up to about 170. Maybe a little more. So I think it's about done. Yes, it is. So hey, we're going to let it go back in the oven for about 15 and let it get a little bit of browning with the cover off. Well, y'all, it's been in there for an hour and 15 minutes. Then let's get her on out and take a look at it. Ooh. Boy, it's percolating. And it got a little bit of brown on top. Let's take a look at it right here. You see that right there? Woo! Yep, it's got a little bit of brown there on top. Of course, those veggies are all covering it up. And that's just infusing it with all that goodness. Now all we've got to do is get it plated up. So, after 1 hour and 15 minutes, there it is. It's all done. Hey, let's sneak off one of those drumsticks and see how flavorful this all came out. And then, hey, I'm getting hungry. And I'm going to sit down and eat. And I'll show you my final plate before we go. Got a plate right here. We're just going to take off one of these drumsticks right here. Yes, we are. Because you know we got to do a taste test, or it wouldn't be complete. There we have it, right there. Let's set this back over on the stove. And there we have our drumstick. Let's stick it in the chompers and see how it all came out. So y'all, it's getting late and I'm getting hungry. And we just happen to have, a little drumstick here from our Cornish game hen. Yep, it's not too much bigger than one of them drum heads, is it? But let's give it a taste and see how it all came out. Oh my. That is, if you ain't got a hold of your pants, once you bite into this, it's so tender, juicy, and flavorful, it'll knock those pants slap off. Woo! That's good. Let me tell you, that slap your mama good. I hope you'll try it. Whether you use a Cornish game hen or a chicken, try this sometime with the seasonings and flavors that I added in. I think you'll be quite surprised at how tasty it is. Oh my Lord, that is good. I hate to eat in front of you. Look at the moisture. Yes, it is. So hey, I'm gonna make up a plate and I'll come back. Okay? Man, that's good. Let me tell you. You can't beat that with a baseball bat. Woo! Gracious. You're gonna be loving it. Well, there you have it, the final plate. Got us a breast half, a couple of wings, and a thigh. And all those yummy vegetables. I'm going to tell you, I've already tried them, and they are amazing. So flavorful. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Mr. Tom's Neighborhood in the Old Country Kitchen again. Until you know them all, the kitty crew. Cleo, Spooky, Speedy, sometimes Heathcliff, and old Fluffy Muffin too, as well as the Princess Gracie, who helped us get this on the plate here in the house. See you on that next video. Y'all take care. Stay safe. And God bless you as you bless those in your lives. Goodbye for now. Woo! I am hungry and I need to eat. And this is, oh my Lord, it's a good thing I had my belt cinched up or I'd have lost my pants. Later all.